Well, as time goes by, more and more people are asking me these days, is Medicare Plan N a better option than a Medicare Advantage plan? Well, stick around because I'm going to talk about why it's not only probably a better option than an Advantage plan for you, but it might even be a better option than Medicare Plan G. My name is Russell Noga with Medisupps.com, and along with my top agent Diana Firth, for the last 12 years, we've been helping people with their Medicare supplement insurance. Not just learn about it, but also find the best companies for the lowest premiums. Now, as I encourage in most of my videos, grab a pen so you can take notes, but also jot down our phone number. You can give us a call as soon as this video is over, and we can help you find the best coverage. Our phone number is 1-888-891-0229. Also, be sure to post your comments down below. Let me know what plan you currently have and if you like it or not, because in this video, I'm going to be talking about what Plan N covers in detail, how much it costs, as well as if it's the right plan for you or not. So let's just talk about why you might want a Medigap plan to begin with. Well, everybody starts out with Part A and Part B Medicare when you first come on to Medicare. Even for those who opt out of Medicare and end up on an Advantage plan, which I usually don't recommend in many cases, you still start with Part A and Part B Medicare. Now, both of these, called Original Medicare, have gaps or expenses, which simply means they don't pay all of your medical bills. Now, Part A covers hospitalization and Part B is doctor's services. They both have deductibles and copays and coinsurance that you're required to pay. So most people don't just have Part A and Part B. Now, again, I mentioned a great alternative to that Medicare Advantage plan, mostly because you have no network. You can still go to the best doctors in the country. As long as they take Medicare, you get to choose a Medicare Plan N. It's a great addition to Part A and Part B Medicare. So these days, Medicare Plan N is one of the most popular Medigap plans. In fact, along with Plan G, those are the two most popular plans. Now, why is that? Well, I will tell you this. Every October, from October 15th through December 7th, is the Medicare open enrollment period. And we get the phone calls, people calling us nonstop saying, please get me off this Medicare Advantage plan. I'm getting out-of-pocket expenses in the thousands because that guy on TV never told me about those. No, of course they don't tell you about those. With a Medicare Plan N, along with Original Medicare, the plan has to pick up the difference no matter what. But let me just cover some of the details and the benefits of Plan N and why you might want to choose it. Now, one of the biggest attractions to Plan N is the fact that it has lower premiums than Plan G, and we can check those for you. You can always go to Medisupps.com, where I give free online quotes to every visitor, or again, you can give us a call at that phone number below. Now, Plan N is very similar to Plan G. With Plan G, you simply pay a $203 deductible, which is the Part B deductible this year, and after that, you get 100% coverage. Don't forget, though, you're going to pay for that extra coverage. Well, with Plan N, it is just like that. You still pay that annual Part B deductible. After that, Medicare will come in and pay 80% of your medical bills, and Plan N will pick up the remaining 20%. The other difference on Plan N, though, compared to Plan G, is if you visit the doctor again throughout the year, you might have up to a $20 copay per doctor's visit. Now, it could be no copay. It just depends on how they code your visits. One other thing with Plan N that is different than Plan G is if you visit the emergency room, there's a $50 copay if you are not admitted into the hospital. Just to keep people out of the emergency room for non-emergencies, which of course they all go for. Many people do that. So, great way to do that. And again, if you have to pay $50 and you go home from the hospital, well, thank goodness you didn't have to stay. They felt that you were well enough to go home. One other thing on Plan N is what's called Part B excess charges. Now, these are occurring when doctors do not accept the assigned rates for Medicare, which is very rare. About 96% of all doctors in the country accept what is called assignment, the assigned rates for Medicare. Just call your doctors and ask if they do. Chances are they do accept assignment, and you will never even see these. But Part B excess charges, they can charge up to 15% extra of what Medicare would pay them. With a Plan N, if your doctor does not accept assignment, you would have to pay those. Now, up above here is a list of states that they don't even charge excess charges in. So if you live in one of these states, we should definitely be looking at Plan N for you. Take a look at this quick example. It's going to explain exactly how this all works. So this is Mary, and Mary has a Medicare Plan N to go along with her original Medicare. Now, she went to the doctor last month for the first time all year. Well, Mary is going to get billed the annual Part B deductible. No more than that amount, though. Now, for 2021, here we are. It is $203. That is not a deductible that she needs to pay every visit. It is just once per calendar year. Once that deductible is met, Medicare will come in and pay 80% of her medical bills for the rest of the year, and her Plan N will pick up the 20%. Now, Plan N does have the possibility of getting a copay per doctor's visit. So let's assume Mary goes back for one more doctor's visit that year. She might get a copay of up to $20. That means it will never be more than $20, and it could be less or no copay. It just depends on how they code Mary's visit. And because they have to code it and figure out what she went for, she doesn't pay the copay at the doctor's office. She will get billed the copay later if she does in fact have one. So Mary also may end up in the emergency room, God forbid, one time that year. If she's not admitted to the hospital and she's got her Plan N, if she's not admitted, she will get a copay, again, billed to her for $50. And that is how Plan N would work during the calendar year for somebody like Mary. So when comparing Medicare Plan N to something like Plan G, Plan N has lower premiums due to having lower coverage, of course. However, I have a lot of clients that are perfectly healthy and a lot of people who call us each day and say, I want a Medigap plan. I don't want an Advantage plan with a network and all those out-of-pocket expenses. I would like something in place, but maybe not the highest price plan or the best plan with the most coverage. Well, in that case, we go right to a Medicare Plan N. They're perfectly healthy, but it still gives you the flexibility of going to any doctor or specialist anywhere in the country as long as they take Medicare. So God forbid something happens, you still have great coverage in place with a Plan N. So taking those lower premiums in mind, let's take a look at an example of how the math would work on this to help you decide if Plan N or Plan G is going to be a better option. So let's bring Mary back in and show you some differences in premiums and costs of what it would be for her. So for a Plan G, Mary's Plan G average a month would be about $130 a month. Now if she chose Plan N, that would be about $100 a month. Big difference, $30 a month. And that is pretty typical between the rates for Plan G and Plan N, depending on what part of the country you're in. So that is $30 less per month, obviously, or $360 less in premiums per year. Now remember, Plan N does have the possibility of some additional out-of-pocket expenses, such as those copays. So let's assume Mary goes back to the doctor 2 more times that year. That's $40 in copay she would have to pay, or $320 still less per year than if she went with a Plan G. Now, to give an example of how many doctor's visits it would take to make Plan N a bad decision in this case, well, that would be 18 doctor's visits at the full copay of $20, where Mary would break even on a Plan N versus Plan G. That's a lot of visits. Now, there always is the case where somebody ends up or could end up with something that has them going to the doctor even more than that. People ask me all the time, well, in that case, wouldn't Plan N be a bad decision? Well, you have to figure it is outstanding coverage. You're going to pay 100% of your medical bills, even if you get some of those copays. So is it really a bad decision, particularly compared to some other insurance out there like Obamacare? No, Plan N is fantastic coverage. Now, could that come up? Of course it could. Well, in that case, you have to factor in that Plan N has lower rate increases every year than a Plan G. So you're starting at lower premiums and you're getting lower rate increases. So hope that helps a little with the math. Now we can help you in your own situation to break it down even further to help you decide if Plan N or Plan G will be the best for you. Just give us a call after you get done watching this at 1-888-891-0229, and Diana or myself, you'll talk to one of us directly. There's nobody else here. We will help you decide which plan is best for you and get you in the best coverage now and for years to come, because we check your rates every year when you do get those rate increases. Thanks again for watching. We look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a great day.